Bear Country dens, pools, and rock cave formations. Shotcrete Construction. WD Masonry and Concrete Incorporated.
Master Craftsmen, Superintendents, Dale Sartorius, Wayne Sartorius, and Stan Kozak. Craftsman, Jason Walter.
WD Masonry and Concrete had the pleasure of doing projects for Bear Country, USA. With some creative thinking and strategies, we're able to create exquisite landscapes and habitats using concrete, stone, and recycled materials. These created a pleasing atmosphere to add to the park as well as shelter and amenities for the wildlife. The substructure took some creative ingenuity and foresight. Most of the habitats were formed using recycled materials such as old dump boxes, refrigerators, steel barrels, cars, and even an old school bus. We knew we needed a way to secure all these pieces together, which is when we realized that we would use all the discarded, ruined fencing from the park. This made the perfect material or mesh screen to adhere our concrete to. This technique was used throughout the park for all of our retaining wall structures. We also wanted to include natural stone we found in the park to blend in with the surrounding rock formations. Included in these structures are ponds, waterfalls, and resting ledges, as well as fox dens, bear dens, babyland for all animals, and grizzly bear den complete with a moat around the entire area for security purposes. One of the substructures was built. Our next step was concrete. We used a process called shotcrete. This is where we use a hydraulic pump to force concrete through a 2-inch rubber hose and then through a nozzle. Then at the nozzle we expel the concrete by using a compressor in which we apply 100 CFM to create pressure. This allows us to actually shoot the concrete to cover the necessary areas. We approximately shoot 4 to 6 inches of concrete to build a solid base. Shotcrete was chosen as the best material because it creates a high-strength product that will endure the mass wear and tear that entails with the current traffic of wildlife such as bears and wolves. When creating the waterfalls and ponds, we added natural stones and boulders and applied concrete to seamlessly create a gentle transition when the water would flow over the stones. Our next step would entail finishing the concrete. The first step was to derby the concrete somewhat flat, and then we would carve and render the concrete in order to create a more natural, aesthetic habitat. During this process, we would then add different powdered dyes to create the illusion of natural layers you would find in rock formations around the area. Working in bear country amidst all the animals, especially the black and brown bears, was definitely a unique experience. On our first project, the owners told us to watch our backs with the bears, whom we were working in the middle of. But if they got too close, to turn and face them and hold your arms to appear as big as possible, and then run at them to back them off. The switchman running the pump, Dale, would watch the bears approaching, and when they got too close, would shut the pump off, and the nozzleman Wayne would turn around and run at them as instructed. The first time this occurred, Wayne ran towards them, and the bears didn't flinch nor back off. It was then that Wayne wondered if the owners were being truthful in telling him to run at them or just playing a joke on him. With these projects and formations in mind, we created the final product that you and thousands of park visitors see every year. WD Masonry and Concrete would like to thank everyone that took part in these projects, including the owners and employees of Bear Country, and specifically our dedicated employees. We would particularly like to thank the employees of Bear Country for keeping the bears well fed so we didn't become their next meal.